One shot, let's begin. Haremono Shinjuu, A Heart Full of Blisters by Shukichi Seika, translated and uploaded by Bottom of the Sea Scans and Bottom of the Sea Scans. It is the last day of Pride Month, and we've been reading nothing but LGBT plus manga this month, and so we're going to end on this one that's a little bit long, 50 plus pages, 8.5 stars, or 8.2 stars, and it's pretty good. And well, with all that being said, let's LG begin, everybody. A Heart Full of Blisters by Shukichi Seika. Slide. As I hit the ground, I felt like I could see myself from above. A good for nothing schmuck, listening to his earphones on the job. Serves him right. Kay! The only thing I saw was me falling. But maybe that's always been the case. Bang! Seems I'm a lost cause in a lot of ways. Ambulance! Hurry! Call an ambulance! Guess that's how others saw me too, huh? Kei-chan, what happened to your head? I slipped and got stitched. Geez, we haven't seen each other in forever, and now this? What about work? They gave me 2 weeks off. But you're okay now, right? I'm hopeless in so many ways. For starters, I can't deal with taking breaks from work. Gurgle, gurgle, gurgle. I don't know. Stop slurping. Well, you've been working hard, so make the most of your breaks. I'll come to hang out. I'm your boyfriend after all. Secondly, the two of us stick out like blisters. Don't. My place is a mess. Look, I feel like you might die if I leave you alone right now. Thirdly, I stick out even more. Let's do things like we used to. We'll watch movies together and eat your cooking. When you're alone in that flat, you just kind of get lost in your memories, don't you? Aww. 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 Cooking. Huh? Sure. Maybe sometime. I wonder, when's the last time I made food for someone else? Oh yeah? It's already been 2 years since Mom died. Time really flies. Ah. And lastly, I hate when people treat me differently because they stand out. I'll manage somehow. Really, I will. Or at least I hope so. I wish I had more days where everything worked out. Where the movies I watch are interesting, where I keep winning in games, and where I manage my time well. I wish I could spend every day just doing what I like. See ya. But for 364 of the 365 days in the year, yeah, I'll call. Every movie feels like a rehash. I keep losing at games. Time just passes by, slipping through my fingers, and the day ends on me doom scrolling through my phone. Maybe I should have invited him over. It's gonna be fine. Right. Open. Plugging my ears is easy. Rattle, rattle. I don't have to hear the voices of those worried about me, and those who can't help me. Geez, again with the earphones? You should be used to it at this point, right? Still, he can't keep this up forever. Well, it's not like it's affecting his work. It's fine. Plus, you gotta admit, that silent grind looks kinda cool. Ugh. Besides, it's not like we can actually do anything. Sympathy ain't enough to save a person. Typical millennial mindset. Well, I don't know even know what we could have done, you know? Do you remember about his mom? He showed up to work right after the 7th day memorial service. You could tell he was playing it cool so we wouldn't worry. I couldn't even look at him. The only thing we could do now is trust that he's doing better. I feel like when we try to approach him, he's not really here, and avoiding touchy subjects would be like treating him with kid gloves. Honestly, I don't even know what his options are left at this point. Every day I wonder if there's some way we could make it better. Oh, look at that music. I thought I got used to it, to all the worried voices and to living in this house. I was wrong. Even if I'm used to them, all these blisters still hurt. K-chan. Hmm. Now. Now toss the veggies in that bowl into the pot. Okay. Next, cut the chicken meat. Yup. You're doing so well. Say, K-chan, you want to become a cook when you grow up? Yup. I'm sure your wife will have an easier time with the housework. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know if I'll get married. Well, I like to see my grandkids' face before I die, you know. Besides, you never know what you'll achieve in the future. I wonder if I did get married while she was still alive. No, not even that. If I had just told her the truth about myself, would things have been different? I didn't achieve anything. Ding dong. Hmm? Oh, don't owe me. You need to learn to answer online, K-chan. I told you not to come. How about a sorry for making me worry? Sorry. You have stubble. And your room, it used to be so clean. Huh. Gruesome love handles, too. Did you just wake up? Yeah. Usually you're up at 7 o'clock straight. So, can I come in? Don't. Uh-oh. This is way worse than I thought. I'm sorry. Well, I'm not mad, but wanna do something? Sleep. Poof. Daiki. Hmm? I'm sorry. I really suck as a boyfriend. Everything that happened, it still hurts like open blisters. I thought I could get used to it and it'd make things easier. Turns out I was wrong. I looked back at my life and thought of all the things that awaited me. It's nothing but more of the same pain. I'll never get married or have kids. I can't introduce my partner to my relatives. I don't even show pictures to the people I know. I tell everyone I have a girlfriend. Can't talk about my future to anyone. And it hurts every time I see how much I stick out from everyone else. I wonder, what's even left to enjoy at this point? It may not have been the only reason, but when my mom was alive, there was a point for me to be here. I tried my best to fit in so people wouldn't treat me with kid gloves. I tried to fill time any way I could, but it was pointless. And in the end, no one could do anything but watch me fall. If everything I try just leaves me feeling miserable, then maybe it's better to do nothing at all. I'm just so tired of looking for a reason to live. I see. Well, I guess that's fine. Then, should we go together? I mean, living's a waste of time and money anyways. So let's just die without having accomplished anything, as fellow weirdos who never fit in. The future's nothing but a pain in the ass anyways. I bet the night of the wake, a lot of people are going to complain and gossip about us. At the estate sale, they'll find all those gay magazines you bought as a joke, and they'll realize you lied about the girlfriend when they see those two pictures of us. Well, it's not like it matters to us by then. The only thing we'll have left is the pride in knowing that no one could change the person we love. Though, there's no knowing if they'll bury us together. All this sticky's making me tired, too, and hungry. I've always loved your big hands, Kei-chan. They're so warm. Holding them always makes me sleepy. It's why, I always fell asleep first. I know there's so many painful things I can't change, but I also know what it's like to be alone. So, let's stay together. I love your cooking, the smell of your clothes, and the warmth of your hand right now. Being alive is just one suffering after another, isn't it? If I were you right now, I'd still be crying. I've always been a crybaby. There's no way to simply wipe out sadness, but I think that's how it should be. I'm happy just to have you and your sadness always by my side. There's no such thing as having enough time, so let your tears make up for it. And I love you, Kei-chan. I wanted to tell you at least once before we die. Cries. Food. You said you were hungry, right? Yeah. I bought stuff before you came. If I leave the shopping to you, you just end up buying what you like. Figures. No zucchini, no carrots, because you hate them? I'm done. They're just not my thing. I've had enough. 30 minutes, and I can't stand this anymore. Living only for myself. Scrub, scrub. No matter where I look, this house is teeming with memories. I don't want this anymore. They were all bad. I could just leave. But there are so many nice ones. So why? Why does it hurt? Stop it. I'm sorry. Stop saying you're sorry. Hmm? Why are you apologizing? You didn't do anything wrong. Why? I guess it's just because I'm so weak. And I don't want to become a burden on you. I know you said you like cooking, but I'm just making you prepare hospital food. I'm just so ashamed. Rather than get in your way, maybe it's best if I'm no longer here. Don't say that. If anyone should apologize, it's me. I'm sorry I couldn't do much for you. I'm sorry I couldn't tell you the truth about myself. I'm such an idiot. I only see what I had once. It's gone. I'm so, so sorry. But I was truly happy to make you hospital food. It's funny to think of the likes and dislikes of the person I'm cooking for. Mom hated eggplants and cucumbers. Daiki hates zucchinis and carrots. Onions! Thank you, Kei-chan. The pain is still raw, like open blisters. I'll use pumpkin instead of carrots. Even so, I want to try to make an effort to eat and live. 15 minutes left. I'm tired of realizing things only after I start regretting them. Uh, Smells nice. I don't want that anymore. I'm starving. Squeeze. Aw. Daiki, your hands got warm. Whoa, it was cold just a second ago. Yeah, I really thought you were going to die like this. I was so scared. You really had me worried there, you know? I'm so glad you're alive. Hey, Kei-chan, let's check out IKEA again. Sure. Let's go watch the Yoshimoto movie at Lumine. Okay, then let's eat some cheap food in Osaka and watch some low budget movies on Netflix. Sure. We'll do the normal stuff couples do and grow old together. Yeah. Dikey? Thank you. I love you too. And I'm sorry. Hmm. But next time you come at me with one of these days or don't come, I'm gonna cut out your tongue. Uh, let's watch a movie once we're done eating. Actually, I haven't renewed my subscription. Sorry. Oh, then let's take a trip to Subuya, that DVD rental place. It's been a while. Right now? Yup. And we'll hold hands like a regular couple. Grabble, grabble. All right. Can't back out now. Well, I know you don't like holding hands in front of people, so don't force yourself if you're uneasy. Well, we'll take a detour. We'll take a detour straight on purpose. We'll walk some strange road for no particular reason. We'll talk about something fun. I'm so tired of. Oh, wait. We'll take a detour and stray on purpose. We'll take some strange road for no particular reason. We'll talk about something fun. I'm so tired of sad memories. I can't even recall how many times I've cried, but I'm fine now. I'm fine. Credits: Ikarairi, Kimchi, um, Renault, Minato, Sugenzi, Lettuce, and Spooky. Oh, what a nice little story. But the C-scan is recruiting. Ooh, man, that was nice. Let me go in. Ah, whew. A heart full of blisters. Uh, I like this one. I like this one a lot. It's been a while since one actually made me cry. Said Ryan here. It's always good to cry, right? It's always good to make sure that you get everything. So with a lot of these, I usually say whether or not it'd be good as a series or good as a one shot or this, that, or the other. This is just fine as a one shot. And, if it wasn't a one shot, it feels like it should be like the climax of some sort of arc where this person is, or K-chan's a little bit longer, depressed. We see more and more, like it's some drama. But honestly, within these like 40 some odd pages or so, or I guess 50 pages, it does a good job of like, I think first it depicts like the depression that he's going through and like just the general sadness. And like, man, look at that. And the feeling of like kind of being a failure, right? And now when I say failure, I don't mean this man is like failed at life, but like your perception of yourself where it's like, oh, I feel like I'm a failure, right? Where like regardless of what he does or doesn't do, he doesn't feel like he's good enough. Oh, and I mean especially too with like the apartment where like it gets worse and worse the worse you're doing. I mean, that's one where like I tell people you can kind of tell my mental health by how bad my apartment is. Not to say I'm not a naturally messy person, because I'm a little disorganized, this, that, or the other. Generally know where things are, but when it gets bad, it really gets bad. Um, and in a case like this, it's it, yeah, yeah. Let me, anyways. But then you try to find the joy in this, that, or the other, and man, just the amount of grief in this, I think, is so real. It's like, oh, look at this, right? He's cleaning, but you see all the Insta ramen there. So even when it comes to like the cooking and stuff, he's not quite doing this. Look, you even got. I actually have a similar type of filter, if not that exact same one, when it comes to my water. You know, and whew, I mean, I haven't had like garbage bags laying around, but like I definitely have had like cans of this, that, or the other, or maybe like not necessarily all, not like alcohol, right, like that, but like diet soda. Though occasionally some like cans of this, that, or the other, right? And You know, this is essentially like two big monologues or one big monologue with some other stuff, but I really like it, especially with, his partner coming by and then giving him his own thing. I like the small bits of humor there where it's like, especially when they're like, well, what are we gonna do, right? And you see this, like, these could easily be side characters in his whole life, and just going like a train or public transportation and just dissociating. um, and then like, hey, what could people do if they see you sad? You just manage, right? Even if I'm used to them, all these blisters hurt. I think that's a good point, right? Like, it's still gonna hurt. You don't get over people that easily. Not at all. He's gonna be sad later, right? That's the thing. Is that, and this is one of the things that with certain manga I do appreciate. I don't know if there's ever like a moment like whenever I've had like really difficult or tough times where I'm like, yeah, things are good now. When I was majorly depressed yesterday or the day before, it's more like it's kind of a process. It's like maybe it hurts a little bit less, and maybe that painful memory comes through every now and then, or the painful. I wonder if there's a word for not memory, but like a set of memories, right? Because it's not a single thing that's really going to get you upset, but rather the loss of something grander and greater, right? It's like whether someone dies or let's say you break up, you're not necessarily mourning the memory or the memories, but there's like a specific set of memories that you're mourning, and I wonder about that too. Or maybe just think of all the memories we shared. And I guess that's fair, right? I'm being a little, whatever, close. And then also, I kind of like the idea, or I like the concept of him not just like breaking down crying immediately, because what a lot of these manga do is that, and again, I don't blame it, because you only have so much time in a one shot, is that they go and then the person just starts crying instantly and then they're back to normal the next minute, this or the other, or it's like, hey, they're normal, then they break down. I'm not saying that doesn't happen, but I kind of appreciate the like numbness this man is going through, where he's kind of just a little bit lower. He's doing his best, just going through the motions of his everyday life, and he's putting on a face for everybody, you know? And then as he goes forward and forward, um, and he starts talking about him, you really talk with somebody, those words and your stoicism or attempted stoicism, it just disappeared, right? And I like that. It's like, okay, here, boom, then he just starts slowly crying. He's doing all that stuff. This beautiful image here of him crying, like it's in his tears, then it's slowly coming out as he's doing what he needs to do, and then his memories of everybody and all those regrets. But, but, I was truly happy to make you hospital food. Like that's a that's a big line. Yeah, I don't know, that one especially gets me there. Ooh, of course there's onions. uh, and then it's like, for this one here, and this guy too who was sad, and he was completely serious with it for sure, but he wears it a lot more earnestly. And it's like, okay, you could see the blend of the more stoic with the more um animated person, and it works out well. And who knows if they go with that. But I don't know. I kind of like the art. Well, maybe not kind. I do like the art. I think just because it's not like a typical generic anime style, it reminds me. I don't know. It seems. How would I even describe this art? Maybe Studio Ghibli esque a little bit. I don't know about that, but like this guy's design, I really like. I like his partner's design, and I like the mom's design, and it's a really well done. It's really well paced, and I think it's a. Oh, this is a manga. Do they have this like just straight up? Official raw. I wish more things like this got brought over. But I guess that's why we have translation sites like this, so we could experience more and more and more, right? And a heart full of blisters, right? Because, I guess you could say it's blister popped. And, maybe this is hitting me too, just because I did make some food, and I feel like whenever summer hits, I'm never feeling my best. It's kind of the search for purpose during the summer. And yeah, I don't know. I love this manga. It's a great way to end Pride Month. Um, with such a good one. I don't think Pride or LGBT plus manga is gonna become illegal tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, but maybe the day after tomorrow. But this channel will still, of course, always have a place for LGBT plus manga. It's just I like to theme months sometimes with this, that, or the other. And I don't know if July will have a theme to it. Um, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm still working on a couple of things here or there, and the future is future is good. And yeah, yeah. Well, it's always wonderful. It's always wonderful reading something like this, and well, I hope that this story was good for you and you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed it. And oh, and man, and that's the thing too, is I didn't even touch on like a lot of the themes too. Yeah, let me give some airtime to that before I move on too, because you know, so first I definitely covered the depression well, and well, I don't know about well, but I definitely think this covers the depression well. But I also think part of this is that he felt like he just couldn't be himself, and that's like a bigger societal thing where unfortunately, a lot of the world is still not accepting of the LGBT plus community, and as a result, he didn't feel and probably couldn't even come out to his relatives. Right? Who knows what would happen if that there? And he obviously just didn't feel safe enough to do so. And him holding hands in public with his partner was a really, really big step. You know, and even though he might not be a fan of PDA or this, that, or the other, and maybe he's worried about whatever, but it's impactful too, right? That he gets to love the person who loves him back, and hopefully he would get married. As I know that it's a relatively recent thing, but yeah, Japan recently legalized gay marriage, and hopefully it becomes, I don't know, hopefully it just becomes normalized, right? And that's just a thing in general, right around the world, is that we're becoming more accepting of the LGBT plus community, but there's still plenty of people who are not as accepting, and that's rough. That's really rough for for us too, and well, everybody. Oh, yeah. Well, stuff like this, I hope, is a step forward, and it's just a beautifully well written story, and I enjoy it. Well, and yeah, and I guess the other thing too is that I feel like this is one where I would need to break it down even further to see like all the intricate themes, because you also just have the theme of parental expectations, and when your parent gets sick, and like, do you take care well, of course you take care of them, you taking care of them, and seeing them slowly get weaker, and then you not living up to their expectations that you wanted them to, and then it's like you have that, and then how they both process grief a little differently here, where he's a lot more depressed, and this person just goes and breaks it down, but he goes and helps him there, and then just how they know each other. Um, and then trying to kind of isolate yourself from other people. I feel like there's a lot of really interesting things here that deserve more spotlight. Well, I guess that's everything, everybody. So, thank you for watching again. With all that being said, like, comment, subscribe, and thank you for being born, y'all. Peace out.